Backup. I'm trying to learn backup for a really good reason. Hey everybody, my name's Mark. Welcome back to 2000 Hours of Banjo. Um, this past Monday, I attended my first jam session. There's a music shop in a town or two over that hosts a bluegrass jam session. I found out about it a couple weeks, and to be honest, even though joining a jam session has been on my to-do list, I was going to wait until next year to actually start attending. But I pulled the trigger and I attended my first jam session this past Monday, and it went oh boy, about as bad as you can expect. I was a complete fish out of water. I had no idea what was going on or what was happening. I got there early. I got there really early, and I was talking to one of the guys, and he was telling me some of the rules of the jam session, and I was feeling actually kind of confident. And then it started, and I couldn't really do anything. Most of the jam session, I was sitting like this, just watching. Maybe every once in a while, keeping my fret snuffed out, just like trying to pick along, but it was just so far over my head, and I was immediately, what am I doing here? Why am I even here? I'm not contributing at all. And I just felt like a tremendous outsider. Now, everybody in the jam session was very friendly, and I think they took some pity on me. It was definitely a growing experience. Um, it's interesting because I know that learning how to play an instrument is a huge endeavor. It's a mountain. It's the murder horn. It's really a huge obstacle to try to achieve. But I've tried hard to actually not look at the big picture and only look at small hills, small battles, small successes, so I don't get overwhelmed, so I don't get too discouraged or intimidated. Every once in a while, though, you do something where you kind of look up and you get a big glimpse of the mountain of work that is required to master an instrument. And boy, oh boy, attending that jam session was not just a glimpse, it was a good long stare for an hour and a half. How huge this mountain is. Will I go back? Yes, I'm going to go back. I will go back still with my tail probably firmly between my legs, but I will go back and I will keep going back because I'm not going to get better at it by not going. Even just standing there or sitting there, not really playing, I'm watching. There's another banjo player using three finger style. There's actually a third banjo player, if you're including me. Not that I was playing the banjo, I was holding it. Who plays old style, just the frailing or whatever you call it, claw hammer. There was two people playing mandolin. There was a stand-up bass, a guitarist, and two dobros. Actually, I've never seen a dobro in person being played, and there was two of them, so that was really cool. And I was sitting there scratching my head as I was, experiencing this, saying, it's. I've been working on this for 2 years, practicing every day, and I feel like I've been improving and doing really well, and I know a decent handful of songs. I'm working on close to 8 or 9 songs that I've got down over 2 years. We went around, everybody got a turn picking a song. I didn't know any of them, and it's just like in my head, I'm thinking it's just going to take me 2 more full years just to learn these songs. But then I started to realize that a lot of what people are doing in this jam session is really just playing backup. Now, there's a lot of terminology being kicked back and forth in this jam session that's just completely foreign to me, very Greek. Breaks, the national numbering system, which I'm very vaguely familiar with, um, the offbeat or the downbeat or the upbeat. Like, it seems weird. I mean, I don't know these terms. I've been practicing for 2 years, and there's just so many terms I don't know. I don't really understand what's going on. So that is going to be something I'm going to focus on moving forward, is just learning the terminology, trying to understand what it is that they're saying when they tell me things. The other thing, obviously, I'm going to need is a capo. I sat down, and the first thing the jam lead did when he looked at me was, "Do you have a capo?" And I actually said no. I do have a capo, um, but I was just afraid to even go grab it. I was like, nope, giving myself basically an excuse to not do anything when they weren't playing anything in the key of G or A minor for that matter, which I don't think they played anything in A minor. But it was just, I was petrified. I was absolutely petrified, even though everybody was very, very nice. So anyway, and that leads to the intro of today's video, where I'm trying to learn how to play backup. And I think this is going to be a huge focus for me over the next couple of months or a year or 2 years or however long it takes. I want to learn the skills to survive in a jam session. I want to be able to play with other people. And I really need to learn how to play backup and play backup in different keys and use a capo and every once in a while jump in to do a break or a solo. So that is going to be my focus. And I don't think necessarily I'm going to be learning new songs as much as I'm going to try to learn how to apply whatever backup skills I learn to whatever chord progression happens to be being utilized with whatever song gets kicked around in the jam session, so that I can be a bit more universal and not just, oh, once I hear a song that's going to be played that I'm not familiar with, I can't do anything. No, if I can see the chord progression, hopefully, with some practice, maybe lots of practice, I can go ahead and join that jam. Now, there's another thing that is quite daunting also, is there was singing in this jam session. In fact, the jam session started with some vocal exercises, and if you're like me, yeah, I don't sing so much. I don't know what it was. I was so embarrassed. I couldn't even get my voice out. I did participate in the vocal warm-up exercises, but the jam lead was like, okay, go ahead and just like hum a G, and it's like, I don't know what that means, or hum a C note or C chord. It's like, yeah, you got me. I don't know. I don't know what that means or how to do it. Um, am I going to try to learn to sing? I don't know. Like, that just was not on my radar. I think possibly at the very least learning the words and the general learning the tone or voice that I need to project in that for whatever chord is being played can be very helpful. I would imagine. Um, but am I going to sing? Am I going to learn the lyrics and sing? Let's put a pin in that. Am I ever going to do it on camera? Man, I've got some staff of mine that watch these YouTube videos. I don't know if I can do that, knowing that they're watching. But we will see. We will see. I mean, I'm now attending a jam session, so things progress. And if it turns out that, even singing badly, but knowing the words and singing along with the music will help progress my progress progress my progress on the banjo, then yeah, I mean, why not? Why not do it? I will tell you that just in the secret, quiet little corner that I have here, that I have tried to, at the very least, recite the lyrics while I'm playing, and it doesn't work. As soon as my mouth opens up, my hand stops. I can't seem to coordinate saying something while playing at the same time. I don't know how people do this. I'm gaining more and more respect with anybody that can sing while playing an instrument as I move on. So what I'm going to do anyway is I haven't met with my instructor yet. I was going to meet with him this week, but he got a cold, and then I had a lot of big cases to work on this week for work. So we didn't really meet this week. I will attend the jam session on Monday next week. And then following that, I will meet again with my instructor, and we'll figure out how to make me suitable and not just a bump on a log in a jam session. What I'm doing right now, and what I was doing at the beginning of this session, the backup is I'm working on some material from Eli Gilbert's series of videos on banjo backup. I'm still a member of his Patreon, so I printed out a whole bunch of the tablature for his lessons that he's got on his YouTube videos. And I think what I'd like to do with my instructor is work through this material, one video at a time. He's got videos broken down for simple backup and more advanced backup and up the neck backup and vamping backup and both 4/4 timing and 3/4 timing, which would be great actually, because I don't know what 3/4 timing is. All I've ever played is 4/4 timing, so that may be pretty good and interesting to do. As far as the jam session goes, I did actually play one song when it came around to me to pick a song. I picked Boil Them Cabbage Down because it is the oldest song that I know, and it's the song that I know how to do the best, or I guess on more autopilot. And I still didn't do that great. I was so nervous that I really couldn't even play Boil Them Cabbage Down that well. I may be being a little bit harsh on myself. I did get one compliment from one of the mandolin players who said that my timing was good. I'll take it. I'll take that as a compliment. But moving forward, and I'm going to wrap up this video because I have so much practice to do, way more than I ever thought. What I'm going to do moving forward, I'm going to focus on trying to learn backup. I'm going to focus on trying to learn the vocabulary. I'm going to focus on trying to learn the Nashville numbering system for at least the most common keys used in bluegrass. I'm going to finish learning Wayfaring Stranger and Eastbound and Down and Gentle on My Mind, and keep up with the other songs that I've all learned. But I think moving into 2025, it may be the year where I just focus on backup, which is a good thing. I mean, with any instrument, you need to learn to play backup. I can't just sit there and play lead for every song or whatever. So I need to learn how to play backup. I need to learn how to play with other individuals. And so that may be what all of 2025 is about. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I've got so much practice, I don't even know where to begin. I will see you next time. All right. Bye.